Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, TMI with Teralee. Today I'm gonna answer another TMI question. That question is, who was my first crush? That was one of the TMI questions. Actually, my first crush was it wasn't a human being. It was a cartoon animal. If you can guess who it is, then you and I are like twinsies. It was Alvin the Chipmunk. Obsessed with him. When I was younger, I took baton and we earned this baton money, and we had to earn that money, and then we would have a little auction at our baton teacher's house, and we would get to buy stuff. And I saved up all my money because there was an Alvin the Chipmunk stuffed animal, and I wanted nothing more to win that Alvin, because I just knew that him and I, one day, we were gonna get married. And I didn't realize it then. Maybe I had some bestiality issues. I thought he was a human being in my mind. I wasn't very old. I was 4 or 5. I mean, maybe 6 at the oldest. And I just was so obsessed with him. Now, my first human crush was probably a cousin. I lived in a small town in Canada. I can't remember his name, but I did have this huge crush on this boy when I was in 2nd grade, and we lived in Mountain View. I actually don't even remember his face. I can definitely tell you he was probably a 2nd or a 3rd cousin. If he's a 4th cousin, we could have, 3rd, even a 2nd cousin in that town, we probably would have got married. Those were my crushes. Now my big time crush, this wasn't my first crush, but the crush, and I'm pretty sure all of you women out there remember this person. And if you don't, where were you in the early 90s? What were you watching? And I know he doesn't like going by this name, but we all called him this name, JTT. I was so in love with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Unfortunately, I was taller than him probably when I was born. Workout, but that's okay. I still if he came back and did anything, and I know he's made some appearances on Last Man Standing, if he had a show that was just focused on him, every single day, probably multiple times, watch the same episode because I loved him that much. Well, I hope you enjoyed finding out about all my unique, weird crushes that I had. But now, today, my #1 big crush is my husband, Paul. Even if he doesn't love doing dishes, even if he's not great at putting his laundry in the basket, the thing is, he's a real person, so it's great. I get to actually be with a real person, not have a crush on an animal, a cousin, or some famous person I'm never gonna meet. I actually get to have a crush on my husband, a real person. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back and see me again, TMI with Teralee, and we will share too much information together. All right, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe down below, hit that notification bell, come back and see me every Monday. Give me some comments, give me some feedback. All right, it was good talking to you guys again. Do not forget to come back and see me.